here with you, and today we're making some cards, but we're using some of the beautiful kit that one kit that Francis sent me, and I figured I was going to use this kit to its fullest, and we see what we make out of it. So I'm thinking more masculine cards because of the nautical theme image. I pulled out 2 sets of papers. This is strange. I hadn't. Oh, there, 3 sets of papers. I was like, I've got 3 that I thought could be used on this. And while I was doing my cleanup, I found some more of these tabs, which I was really excited about because this is my This was my go-to to make some cheap card base. And I haven't been shopping at thrift stores anymore, so I don't know, like I haven't seen, but I have to admit, like, this was the first time and the only time I found such a big set of cardstock like that. And obviously it was not meant to be used for cardstock, but it's just a perfect weight. I have no idea what's the exact weight, because obviously it's not meant to be used as cardstock, but it does the job. So we don't need a ton of them. I'm gonna put these ones aside. I just need a few that are big enough for these images, for at least these 2, because the other ones would fit on a smaller. And but then this one could fit on a bigger. So let's see, how much does this do? 7.5. So if I want it to be like 6 by 8. Okay, so we could do, I'll do 4 of these. I'll do them in sets of 2s because the paper might not allow me to do more. I have to admit, I'm loving my new space for crafting. This obviously I'm going to keep for other little card making, and this here is going to be used for, this is going to be used for sentiments and stuff that I stamp, so nothing goes to waste, because I don't want to waste. Wasting is not good. And so my daughter's going to take a walk with her cat, and my dog wants to go and take a walk. That's why you're hearing the whining now. She just got out of the house. Okay, so we'll adjust here and here. So we've got 4, which should be enough for the big ones, and we've got all the small ones. And anyway, I can always pull more if I need to, but I don't want to be spending my time doing that. So I'm not putting the timer just because my goal is to use up all the stash of papers that I've got here, like this set. So I'm not gonna put the timer because of the fact that, yeah, I just want to use it. So we will just take it from there. I just realized that I could have done 6 by 5 or 5 by 7. Oh well. This I find is a good size, 4 by 6. Kind of the postcard size. And when you write in your cards, like, it's pretty big. So let's use this one first. This way we are gonna be left with some of this paper, and we can use that as the backing for the other ones. I hope you're all doing good. Today's Sunday. I didn't get any advance in my filming. I didn't get ahead of time. But I did do a live stream yesterday, so that was really fun. And so yeah, I'm not ahead of the game yet, but that's okay. I still have a week of vacation. And part of my goal is going to be doing some prepping of food and stuff. So I will be doing that. Now, I think I'm going to want to do this way. And do that. And do this. Just because of the slantiness, I find that it will probably be better that way. So not pretty, just like that. And then we can use some of the sentiments. It's too big. And this one I figure is going to be probably too blue. Yeah, I need something else to put on this. So I've got some happy birthdays, and we could use that, and then we could layer it on top of another one, like two. And I must have some blue. I used to anyway. I have some blue like this. No, the right. About that. That's a better blue. That wouldn't be bad. So I don't think I have. I don't have anything else close by, and I don't want to, unless I use one of these. That I can use on some other pieces, but no, there's none without a design. It's not gonna go. What about this? No. So I think our best bet is to go with that one. And I'm going to pull out some of my smaller dies and see if I can find one that would work for this. Like I could put kind of a tag feeling like that, and then, or do I go with these small dies I got at AC Moore's when I was in the States, and they're just the perfect size to go in my little Sizzix Sidekick. So, and I love this thing for when I'm crafting like this because it's just so tiny and it doesn't take a lot of room on my desk. The only thing is I have to be careful not to drop stuff that's beside it. Still use it, like learning how to use my little space. Okay, so I'm gonna do this here. Whoops. Here. Run this through it. Okay, that's going to be the perfect size for this. And then I'm going to put this through it. With the happy birthday. Just like that. Whoops. Just like this. Okay, and we've got the little sentiment. It's going to go perfectly on there. And I'm going to keep my little machine close. Well, put it here where it's supposed to go, but it's still close. Figure out, maybe put it there. Okay, so now I used this because there was no little tag. Now I'm wondering if I could put as embellishment. Because something is missing here. So maybe just one of those hearts. I don't have dark blue in here, but this would work. And I do have dark blue twine, which is going to be perfect for this. And it's over here. Yeah, it's going to be perfect. Just put this back together. A little bit. We're going to keep it close because we might use it for some of the other cards. Because my goal is to try to use what I have, and I have a lot, and like embellishments and stuff. I don't tend to forget about using them. And of course it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. The button holes are very tiny, so it makes it more difficult to thread through. To find something here that might be useful. I think this was gifted to me. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. So let's put this through. And then this. Oh my god, it works. Yes! Well, I mean, that's the whole point of this thing, right? Is that it works. but that's the first time I use it, so what's fun is that it's very small, like it bends easily. Oh man, it broke through the fabric, I guess. Oh no, it actually broke my needle. Shoot. Oh boy. I was all excited with this thing. Well, it still works, but I've got one end that is now broken. Okay, so we need smaller twine for these little hearts, I guess, but we got this one done. I guess for the other ones I'm going to use my other twine. Okay, and then we'll just assemble this thing. And put this on here. This here. Now I brought my big Suquan tape upstairs, so I'm gonna have to use the smaller one because I'm using my bigger roll of Suquan tape for my vacation journal. So I've started doing some of that. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw a little sneak peek. So here's one card. Now let's go and do the other. I could do the same thing, or I could go more something like this. And I think for that one, just because I want it a bit different, I'll use it this way. Where did I put my guillotine? Whoops, I almost made a boo-boo. Okay. And here we go. And then for this one, if I found another blue piece. Maybe I can even layer it on top here. Oops. Not that it would make a difference anyway, but still. Okay, so we could put this, but I kind of want to have some sort of embellishment. I don't want to do, I want to have the heart to, I do have some dark blue in here, like, oh, it's actually purple. Or do I go with, yeah, I think I might go like that with these. Then I could use ribbon inside of these. And they do look rugged, so if I was to raise this a bit, that we occupy more of the space. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so something like this, and then got a little ribbon. Whoops. If those kits are pretty awesome because you've got all kinds of images on them, but if you can't find kits like this, because I know in North America it's a lot harder to find, which is why I so appreciate the fact that Frances has been sharing hers with me. I'm very lucky, and I know it, but if you're not finding kits like this, you can always use images from books, or even from some calendar. I do have a calendar that had similar images. So, and then it's a question of finding the cardstock to use as the background. I'm never quite sure, like, I know that you're supposed to be using the cardstock that they sent with the images, but if you've got an image like that, I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do with it other than use it to make a card by itself. I don't really know. Okay, so just like that. And you could, of course, align the tails so that they're more aligned if you so wish. I'm good with them being a bit wherever. Now, what I'd like is to be able to pull my Suquan tape properly, which is giving me issues. Okay, finally. Okay, here's one. Here's two. Here's the last one. here we go. So I like the way it looks. Now we're going to be doing some stuff with these ones. I've got these pieces left, so let's just cut out the images and then we can take it from there. This, I guess you can take the frame out if you want. I'm not sure I want to, but we shall see. Okay, and then you've got some more of the paper. I feel like I cut myself. Okay, so we'll keep this close because there's some paper on there that we could use maybe. And now we have these two. Now what I could do for those two is use my 6x6 because those I think would be perfect for it. So the 6x6 papers is just a American Craft cardstock, 12x12 that I cut in two and then fold into two pieces. And I think that they're kind of making themselves. Okay, so now we could use maybe some of that. I do have this piece here. I like the fact that there's white on it. I'm not sure that I want to put any other cardstock. Now I just need something here. Something. I could put that. Because I have other buttons. I had big white ones. Yeah, I like that a lot. Actually, I think that looks really nautical, and so I'm going to go with this for this look. Whoops. Oh man, dropping buttons everywhere. I was thinking maybe for that one some of the yellow ones, but I think I would prefer orange, and I do believe I have some that are not too far. So I think that one is pretty much done. Like, I would call that one done. So I'm just gonna take it apart again and just glue it all down. And we're just using up everything that comes with the kit and not wasting, which is really awesome. because I hate to waste, as you know. Marty made me laugh so hard yesterday in the live stream when she was saying how she feels guilty throwing away pieces of paper that are 1/16. I'm not that bad. Like, I know I'm bad, but I don't think I'm that bad. I do throw away, like well, recycle some of the pieces. They're too small. But yeah, it was quite funny. And she said that had to read the measurements twice. I'm like, what? So if you haven't, if you weren't part of the live stream, you can watch it now. It's on YouTube, and you'll see how you can make some little homemade embellishments. I've already used the one I made for my journal inside of it, and the others, in my case, I'm going to be using to send away in Happy Mail, because I'm running out of things to put in my Happy Mail. I like to put little handmade items. So I'm out of ATCs, and I don't have index cards anymore, and I don't have, like, I'm really out of homemade embellishments, so I need to make more. That or some flowers, maybe. Okay, so here. This, oops. And there we go. And here we go. So put this up. Okay, so put that right there. So I really like how this little card turned out. This tape, I just hate it with a passion, but I need to use it up. Maybe it's going to be better if I cut it with my scissors. So when I try to tear it, unlike soup one tape, I can't tear it. Like, it just doesn't tear properly. And it's just a disaster. I guess with tape, it's working out. With scissors, I mean. So maybe I can use it up and not swear so much when I'm using it up. It's definitely not as convenient as the other one. Okay, so here's another card. And then we'll be making this one. Now we're getting close to the end. For this one, I want more of browns, I guess, which is not something I had imagined, but maybe this one. Maybe that one. It's kind of nautical. Maybe I can use the green part of it. And if I was to just leave it centered like that, then I wouldn't need to put any embellishments around it. And that would be sufficient. I think I'm just going to go on the line here. together. I didn't use up my papers as much as I expected because I guess with the paper pack I had enough with the other papers. Like that. So I know I could have removed the frames, but I kind of like the way they were. Just need to remove some of those little pieces where the papers were stuck to the other pack, to the rest of the pack. And here we go. Very simple, but I think it does the job. And masculine cards, like, I find you can't, I don't like doing too much embellishments to them. I don't know why, but I just don't feel that it goes well with them. Okay, so now we've got two, one that has already a sentiment on it and one that we will be using this sentiment on. And I mean, you could almost do just like that. And I don't have the dark blue anymore, do I? Oh, I do. Oh, I think I want the dark blue on here, on this one. Oh yes, I like that a lot. Now I wonder, doesn't really fit. I don't want too many stripes. It's gonna look strange. And I don't have any of the dark blue by itself. So this, however, would work perfectly. And this paper here I've had forever and a day. I purchased this at Walmart thinking that I was going to use it and it was going to be fantastic, but it's very thin, and so I don't reach for it very often at all. So at the end of the day, it wasn't that great of a purchase. I have to force myself to use these things. Okay, so this one, we could put that, and then put this in the center, and then just that. And so something like this. So we'll be left over with a few little pieces, but not that much. And I can always use these for ATCs or other cards that I make at a later time. But one thing's for sure, other than buying the 12 by 12 in solid colors, I'm not buying 12 by 12 anymore because I just don't use it. So I'm better off purchasing the smaller packs because those I get a lot more out of them. More use. Like, honestly, if you're using 12 by 12, often the print is bigger. So if it's a patterned one, it's kind of hard to use on a smaller surface. And I don't know. If it's a big pattern, I often, like, I'll do one project and then I get really fed up of seeing that piece, and then I just don't end up using it, which kind of defeats the purpose, right? So I'm just gonna put that there and call that one done as well. And here we go. So this one says relax and enjoy. This one says and so the adventure begins. This one says life is a journey, enjoy the ride. Hoping your birthday is sunny, bright, and beautiful. And then I've got happy birthday and very best wishes. So we managed to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards out of that kit. I'm pretty happy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, on top of the kit, it said that you could do, was it like something like 2 cards, which I didn't think made sense at all. Like, it didn't make sense to me that there would be so little cards that you would make with so much paper. But yeah, it's obviously you can do a lot more, and I could probably have stretched it out a little bit more and maybe like use another sentiment and use this by itself with just a lot of layering. But I really like the look of them. So I hope that you do as well. I'm looking forward to reading your comments and sending you lots of love, and just enjoy your week. Bye everyone.